guys know, we've been sponsored by CurseForge since the beginning of Echo, basically. They've been supporting us since the creation of Echo. They actually approached us as well back then through Gingy. And yeah, very happy with their product. We were already using it, so it was a no-brainer to take the sponsorship, right? And the same company that does the CurseForge, it also supports Warcraft Logs. That is Overwolf. So this Warcraft Logs app is supported by Overwolf too, and it's called the Warcraft Logs companion app. We all know how OP Warcraft Logs is, right? I mean, like this has a like right now on Overwolf, the CurseForge app, because it's so known and basically necessary. I would say to, I don't know, if you don't have CurseForge or an add-on manager, that's kind of weird. It has like 24 million downloads or something, whereas the Warcraft Logs, it has like 700k. I was so surprised that it is quite known, even though the website exists as well for use. It is very similar to the website, and we're going to be looking at how to use that. And also through this, I'm going to show some tips and tricks about how to analyze raid logs, and not just looking at damage or damage on this ad, but more in-depth stuff. Not like crazy, don't worry. You won't be like, oh, this is super hard, it's just nerd shit. No, it's going to be quite understandable. I'm going to keep it very simple because I'm not very good at this either. Or like, honestly, like there's probably people that are way better at logs. Sometimes our analysts craft some queries that I don't know what the hell they're doing. But you don't need to know that stuff. I've been getting quite far in this game without knowing, so I think you can handle it as well. But there are some really easy tricks you should know, and we're gonna look at this stuff. Okay, yeah. Let's look at, this is probably like, this is like the earliest Jailer prog. Let's look at that first. They're day 1 on Jailer, guys, okay? I don't know if you guys saw, they have this amazing phase by phase separating thing, which didn't exist back in my days, but now it's really nice. I would keep it sorted by date, personally. It's not really hard to find a good percent, especially now that it is separated by phases. You can also disable that and have the old view back, but I think it is pretty good. It's actually really nice. And now, if you're, especially if you don't have to, what do you call it? Like if you're interested in a specific phase of like how are we playing phase 1, then maybe you check these pulls, like, or if you want to check the vibes on a certain phase, right? Because that's what you're looking after. Let's say you want to know, okay, how did we perform and why did we wipe to phase 1s? Like what can we do better next time? Usually you would do this on the spot, right after the pull. If you see something went wrong, what did go wrong? But you can also do it after a raid night. For example, when I'm missing a raid night, and obviously it's also a lot more useful, the tool, actually, the companion app, if you are inside the raid. If you are in-game raid leader, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are, or in-game player that wants to analyze the pulse, then this is much more useful. And yeah, so you go to the phase 1, and a lot of people just will look at this and look at the defs, and that's it. Want to go quickly over some stuff here. The first thing, I think a lot of you probably know this, but can't go without mentioning it. There's also the call wipe function. Okay, so what this also has, which I am not using, but maybe you're like disciplined enough to use it, is you have a keybind that you can set, I believe here, that you can use to call a wipe. And then, like here right now for me, it's Alt L, not so optimal. But yeah, you can call a wipe with this, basically call the L. And then when you do that, you can check later, ignore events after that called wipe. I don't do this, but it is technically really good if you do. Maybe actually I talk to Maris and then we do it, but I don't know. It does require some discipline to do this because you might forget to do it and then you have false data. So yeah. I usually do that after defs, and then you would either type like 1 or 2 here, because for the first one you obviously have the combat res. If you want to be super safe, you usually type 1, and then you can see here what people died to. Wow, okay, this sounds like they had a lot of tank deaths or something. Oh wait, hold up. What we're gonna do also is we go anonymous mode, so we don't flame anybody. This way you guys don't see any names or anything. except for McGhoul. So if you see the tank DK dying a lot, McGhoul, you brought this up on yourself. You linked me these logs, okay? It's not my fault. All right, but you can see some really nice stats here, what you guys are actually dying to. And one interesting thing that I see here, for example, I'm not sure if it's classified wrong, but I don't see them falling a lot. That might be maybe counted as Rune of Domination death, but let me check. You can also check that damage taken. You go under F, falling, and they... Is this wrong? I do think they usually counts it like that. Did you actually not fall at all on your first progress? It usually does show falling and as damage taken. Can't cover. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I haven't played in with the UI here. You can also make it desktop so that it doesn't like get attached to the game, so you can move it to other windows and stuff. Right now, I can't do that. Fall did 0 damage. Yeah, I think usually fall damage would do. So that's like pretty impressive. I don't know how they manage that, but they seem to have a lot of deaths to multiple people jumping down to the same thing, probably, or just let's analyze some of these deaths. Let's see, for example, this guy, and then can we do events here? Yeah, it looks like he got hit by multiple bombs here. This one was only 1 bomb, but still killed, it seems. Wait, this is sorry, no, this is not correct. He's not dead on all of these. Some of them are but some of them are multiple hits. Yeah, you can see multiple hits, but you don't see deaths here right now. Never mind, that is incorrect. But TLDR is like you can see what people were dying to, which is a really nice thing. And you can see, like, for example, Rune of Damnation. And yeah, so on this one 5 players died to it. I'm gonna guess some bombs exploded outside the raid and stuff like that. You can check, like, I also, like, if you want to go and you probably like generally want to do this pull by pull and not in masses, because you don't, it gets a bit complex when you're doing it in too many pulls. But TLDR is that you can oh, it's because I'm in the event view. Yeah, you can see what you were generally dying to and try to fix that, right? Like, and you will also have some sort of memory from the raid, obviously, hopefully. Like, you shouldn't generally just analyze a raid from not playing the raid, but you know what happened, kind of. So with this data on top, you can draw some conclusions a lot easier, and you may see, like, sometimes things that you may have forgotten, and then look into it after. So after 2 deaths, you see a lot of people die to miserable end, so they didn't soak a couple of times, actually. At least 3 times they didn't have enough people to soak, but that might be because people were dying already beforehand. Although actually not really. So there was definitely some soaking issues. Oh, now you see some falling, actually. Yeah, they actually didn't die to falling. That's so good. Like, holy shit. Our first day to Jailer, we fell down a lot. But I guess maybe they had a lot of practice from Heroic. I don't know. But still very good that you didn't fall down that much. Props to this guild. And I would have expected a lot more. You can also check stuff like, this is a bit harder to see from the devs, but I believe under debuffs and under domination, one important stuff to check, aside from damage, of course, is how many people got mind controlled. So this is, definitely a big one to look at. And if somebody is like getting hit a lot here, if this was, let's say, 3, and other people are at 1 or 0, then this guy is probably doing something wrong, right? No, but it is true. All the knockback was removed, but I'm looking at phase 1. And I guess, like, you guys, maybe I have very low expectations because of the experience I had on this boss. But I can assure you, on phase 1, with no knockbacks, we had a lot of falling deaths. People just fell down those holes, left, right, center, bro. Like, you would just, like, look away, look back, and 3 people fell down. You had, like, no idea why. Okay, so this is good. I'm telling you, it's nothing to do with the knockbacks. We didn't do Heroic Jailer. Okay, that's probably not true. But, yeah. The good stuff on that. what did I note down aside from that? Wild reasons. Yeah, okay. So we have another thing we want to look at as well, which is let's go to Anduin. Okay, I'm gonna show a lot of cool things on Anduin, which is not just like did you get hit by the spell and stuff. Although we are gonna start with that. Okay, I guess is there the guild somewhere here? I guess we can go back. Like usually I would go now to guilds and select my own guild, but now I'm gonna go through Megul because there's some other guild. Holy shit, look at those rankings. Blast. This guy is pumping, boys. This guy is a blaster. Holy shit. Wow. No wonder. I mean, he is a Scripe mod since years. So, not even joking, we killed Heroic Jailer once after we killed it on Mythic. What, really? How did you guys not fall down, bro? That is crazy. Okay. Yeah, back to Anduin topic. So, one thing that, even though it, like, this is my last thing that I check, that is like, yeah, just standing in stuff or like dying to stupid shit. That is damage taken. I'm gonna check your kill night, okay? Check your kill night, because by then a lot of people should have learned it. We're gonna select this, all encounters, including the kill. And we're gonna check damage taken by, what's the swirly called? I think it's Soul Explosion. Pretty sure it's Soul Explosion, yeah. We're gonna check this and how many people got hit, because this stuff was quite dangerous and you could die to it. Actually, did you have any deaths? Let's see. Okay, this is not the kill. For a second, I thought I was only looking at the kill. Alright, so we're gonna check Soul Explosion. So here you can see, for example, like, ideally you have a knight with more pulls, and obviously this is like, they're good at this point, right? So they're a bit better and they won't get hit. If I check their earlier and in progress, there's probably a lot more hits, I'm assuming. Let's say like that day here. So one thing on this is like a lot of people die to is the Soul Explosions. Usually it is more often healers. Like you will see healers always on top. In general, if somebody is getting hit by swirlies, it is probably gonna be healers. Like healers are just, they're just struggling to stay alive. Like I'm telling you, it's a harder class to play. You gotta cut them some slack. So whenever you see a healer while playing a game, you should just be like, let's just, you know, stay away from this guy. Who the fuck knows what he will do? Don't trust them. You can't trust healers, okay? And that's fine. I'm not saying they're bad, but they have more to do. So they tend to be, they tend to get hit by stuff more often and fail more often to mechanics than DPS players. And yeah, here you see, don't look at the damage done by stuff. It's way more important to check the hits. And also this one, I'm gonna guess there was the energy energy lacking on Anduin, so they went here without any energy, which is also why it's not mitigated, right? But you see some players not getting hit at all, while other people are getting hit by 2. Of course, some people are also the ones debating it, and you know, it might depend. Maybe nobody went out to bait it, so it's now in melee and it's much harder to dodge. Also at this point the boss is nerfed though, so you can dodge them even if they're on melee. You gotta keep like the whole picture in mind while looking at this stuff, but it gives you some nice insight of who's getting hit by stuff. Now enough about damage taken and fails. We're also gonna look at what you can do in terms of damage done. Because a lot of times what people do is they go to damage done. Okay, here okay, depends. You don't need to necessarily look at all vibes, but yeah. What you can do is people look at the damage done usually on a single pull, and then maybe they check like, okay, who did damage to Lost Soul, right? Okay, not Lost Soul, the Monstrous Soul, the guy that we gotta kill in the intermission. But there is a much better way to do this. I don't have the pin here. Let me get it. I always forget these pins, so I have one that is saved and then I copy it from there. Okay, so the one that I use, and this is like, I'm gonna give an example from SLG as well, which is amazing. So when you're looking at this ad, obviously the damage that matters is the damage below, I think it's 40%, if I'm not correct, if I'm not wrong. So you don't care about the damage done before that, and a lot of people might be even just wasting time and wasting damage before that. So how do you check the stuff that is like actually matters? For that, you go to queries, and you can do tons of stuff here. Like your imagination is the limit. And one that I will copy from here is, okay, so we're gonna do the classic. It is this unit, but it has less health, or like it has low health. So we check the monster soul unit ID here. It's right here, 183671. We copy that here, 183671. And then we check the resources HP %. And I mean, it matters below 40%, but maybe you start like from 42, you know, because people swap early and stuff, and they should. And then you check the damage here. It's up to you. You might also just say 40, but you might also go 39 because it triggers a bit late. But yeah, for example, why I'm putting 42 is sometimes, for example, the Arcane Mage, they might pop the Touch of the Magi, and then the Touch of the Magi explodes from 42, but it also does damage below 40. So, you know, you want to give some leeway for like big hits and stuff. And then you create a pin, and you would put this as a filter. If you forget it, you can change it later here. And now you can, across all pulls, see who did the monster soul damage good. And why does it not work? I probably forgot to change the ID to properly. 183671. Okay, I mistyped it. And then you change the pin, and ta-da. Now you see the people that actually did like really useful damage. Obviously, if you don't have any problem with monster soul, if it's dying like no problemo, then you might not want to check this, right? And then also another thing is, this is of course taking all monster souls. Now, for you, what is important might be always a second monster soul, because the first one is like bloodlusted and it's just killing overkilled. And then I would more like go for singular pulls and check, let's say, monster soul, and then let's say I'm just gonna do it by zooming in instead of selecting a pull here. And then this one, like usually that you see it literally. It literally just killed them, I think. It could have been the March of the Damned as well, I'm not sure. But that looks like it exploded, yeah. Wait, let me just quickly check the deaths on this. Okay, remove this filter to see it actually. And what the fuck? Oh, because am I ignoring events? Why is it not showing deaths? Holy shit, this is also super confusing me, the fact that this is anonymous. Wait, we're just gonna check the debuffs on the raid. No, I don't know if they got hit actually. Doesn't look like it. Okay, they did manage to kill it, but they could have died to it, okay? So that's what matters, guys. And if they did, then you would go and you would check the second ad, and I see, damn, this druid was really trying so hard to save his teammates while everybody was just slacking off. Okay? And then you would be like, hey, player 20, what are you doing, bro? And they would, you know, you can have a better understanding. Here it's really nice to compare classes with classes, to check if somebody's assigned to use their DPS cooldowns. Are they actually popping it good? You see here the Touch of the Magi. It actually he only hit him with the Touch of the Magi, so I'm gonna guess this was applied on the boss and not the monster soul. But stuff like that. Don't blame player 20. He's just not good, dude. He's just not good. He's a bad player. Now, of course, this alone does not prove anything, but yeah. But player 20 also died early or something there. Player 20 died before player 19 as well. Yeah, clearly proved that player 20 is just worse. Okay, so now we have this as well. And now what you can also do is you can bring this a level further, and you can do like a general DPS analysis. And this is the stuff that I believe that you guys will like quite a lot. So let's say you're pulling Anduin and you want to decide on a setup, or like you will pull Anduin tonight, and you want to decide on your setup, and you analyze the odds, and you notice, okay, Anduin, what is important damage here? The damage that is important on Anduin is the boss damage, it's the inside adds, it's the, like the what are they called? The big guy and the smallies in the Kingsmore phase. Lost souls, are they important? Well, we usually have too much AoE, so they are not important. Are the fiendish ghouls or whatever they're called in the intermission important? Nah, probably not. And what else? The Remnant is important, of course. It is a good boss damage. Grim Reflections are important. And then what you can do is, after deciding all of that, is you can collect those spell IDs. Sorry, their unit IDs. So 183-00033. And here, very important, you don't actually put and here. Like you want to show the damage on the Monster Soul and on the Grim Reflection, let's say. But because this is like a programming language type coding thing, is an and relation would mean that the mob has to be a Grim Reflection and the mob also has to be a Monster Soul. But a mob can't be both of those things. So what you do instead is you do an or relation. So it is count the DPS if it's the Monster Soul, or if it's the Grim Reflection, or if it's the boss, or if it's the Remnant. And you just chain them together and form this filter that filters out like Lost Souls, it filters out the AoE, like padding and stuff like that. And then what you can get is a more, what do you call it? 184, 420, 520, 184, 420. A better reflection of actually how good the classes are, rather than just looking at separate mobs. If you're smarter, and if you're not smart at all, you just look at the damage meter itself and you don't understand anything. It just tells you who is good at AoEing, which is not necessarily what you're looking for. Okay, you guys get the idea. Should I do it all by one? You know what? I'm not gonna do it on Anduin. Or do I? Fuck it, I do it, dude. Maybe we see something interesting. Okay. So ideally you would have the unit IDs also written out somewhere if you're multiple times doing this, but 181954. That's a bit harder when you're talking and doing it. 181954. You know what? For now we should I ignore the boss damage? Fuck it now. I'm just doing it all now. We're committed, guys. We're in it. We're doing it. It's fine. 183463. Sorry, 184643. Was it 3 or 4? 13463. 463. Okay. We have the boss, we have the Remnant, we have the 520, whatever that is, the Endless Despair. The Endless Doubt is missing, I believe. And then the Reflection is there. The March of the Damned is not a mob that we kill. 671 is also there. Okay. Just need the last one, which is the Anduin's Doubt. 184494. 184494. You have this. I've never done this, by the way, because I don't count the boss damage when I do stuff like this, because I know the boss damage is fine. But I just did it now for fun. And then you see this druid, bro, is just player 19. You literally cannot compete with this guy. Okay, this was this pull. I have no idea how is he doing so much damage actually? What is wrong with this guy? Okay, we're doing this across all pulls now, so this is where stuff might be lagging, like I said. But we get a result. And I don't know what happened player 19 on that pull, but this Warlock is blasting it. And you see here, you won't see like the Lost Souls. You won't see the Fiendish Ghouls and stuff like that. You see only the good shit. 520 is there twice. It shouldn't matter, because like it won't count the damage twice, but let's just edit it just to be safe. But you know, this is like an OR thing. It's not just adding those things up. It checks, is this mob that? If yes, then the answer to this isn't like, yeah, copy all the damage together. It's like yes. If yes, then it will do it. If no, it won't add it together. So you'll see it should not change the number. If it does, I guess I'm talking bullshit, but usually I'm not. At least please do 200 mil again. Oh, okay. Hey, would have been embarrassing. Yeah. And now, like what I do is I set this filter, and then from there, I will just keep this up all the time. And I will just look at monster soul damage, let's say, alone. And it will automatically show me the stuff that is below 40%. And if I really wanted to, okay, this is a bit weird now, checking all the stuff with 25 vibes. Usually you check it on a single pull if you're going in depth on like what ads are lacking in damage. But if you did Fiendish Soul, it would not show anything because we have the filter on. And then if you want to show stuff, you can just quickly turn this into a decorator again. And then it's like does some stuff on the graph, which doesn't matter, but you can see the like all of this damage is filtered out usually from the filter. So you might, another boss where this was like really, really nice to do actually was, I'm gonna show it next, is Megul. Do we have some logs? Wait, actually, do I have anything left over for Anduin? Let me check. No, I did show it all. Okay. Oh, another thing, just for Anduin itself, guys, if you're progressing Anduin still for whatever reason, on this boss, like, if there are Grim Reflections up, you should be attacking Grim Reflections. And they're like checking Grim Reflection damage. You should do that if you haven't done that. I've done this so many times. And if you see, and this is because this is a thing that some players, like you see player 20, oh, player 20 actually blasting the reflections. Good job. A lot of players will just single target the boss, which is not good. You want to kill the reflections. You want to get beat down with them, especially number 3 reflection on the, sorry, number 4 reflection on the first wave, and the damage on the number 2 reflection on the second wave. Those are really important because Lost Souls are up at the same time. People tend to AoE a lot more, and then if they cast, you wipe, and that is the biggest wipe reason in phase 2. And you should check those specifically. And you can't do it like here with the number. That's the sad part. You need to, when you want to do something like that, you hopefully, I mean, you can't do it on multiple pulls. You got to check like a singular pull. And then what I would do is, why is there? They killed the first reflection, but I guess they're not killing the second reflections. Oh yeah, okay, because they skipped. Okay, they have way too much damage. They are skipping phase 2. That outplays me hard. Okay, with their tactic, you should not touch the reflection. You just nuke the boss because you're skipping phase 2. But technically, the third reflection, I think they're killing the first 2 together, and this is the 4th one that they're killing. You can also display it, hold up, with NPC devs. And this is the reflection 1, and I guess this is reflection 2. Yeah, okay, so I was right. This is the 4th. And now this damage is really, really important. And if you see some people are not single targeting, for example, I don't know, a little sus. The damage is a little sus here. I would expect more damage on this 4th one, but they don't seem to be, it doesn't seem to be AoE spells. I don't know. No comment. But yeah, you want to definitely like find out who the slackers are. Obviously, a team is inside during this usually. Now, not with their thing. Okay, with their thing, what I'm saying, it doesn't make any sense, by the way, because they are overgearing it, and they don't need to kill these mobs. They could technically just keep CCing them. But Process player, like I said, it doesn't matter on this one because they have too much gear and they're not actually trying to defeat them. Technically, they could just keep them CC'd and they reach phase 3 and then all the ads disappear. But during progress, this would matter. So I guess it depends a bit as well what your struggles are as a group. For us, it was killing this ad. For them, they just skip it all. So he's Batman. Okay, now I'm gonna show one really cool thing for SLG. Actually, how do I show it quickest? I will need to go. I'll go from here again, because again, I don't have this guild shared with me directly, and I hope that you guys have killed SLG. Let's see. Oh, that is a long time ago, actually. When is this? This guild didn't even exist back then. Oh, there it is. No, it did exist. Okay. Now, again, this might not make sense depending on the guild. Oh, they actually didn't kill it, I think. Did you guys kill SLG, McFat? What are these bosses? Oh, this is Sanctum already. No, it doesn't look like it. Oh, wait, this is Heroic. This is Mythic. Yeah, you didn't kill SLG, it seems. Okay, so that doesn't help me. I'm gonna just quickly do that on our pool. Like, everybody played insanely good with our SLG, so it's fine. And I'm gonna anonymize it as well. I go to echo logs, and then we go to calendar, and we just press a random raid, make it anonymous. Ah, wait, I need to do it once I have found the poll, I guess. Let's do it, because this one is really, really good. This helped me so much during SLG progress. It was amazing. Holy shit, those are some raids, boys. Where's this? Mythic Day 1. There it is. Okay. So... that's some good pulls. 45 pulls. We make it anonymous. And... like, it doesn't matter who did what here, but it's more about the damage profile. And what I did here is I created this pin that, because on SLG it was like the combat log was lying to you so badly. Like, you didn't actually have a clue which class was good. This was like driving me crazy during progress. Like, what class do you want to bring? Well, I have no idea, because on this boss, what matters is so many different things. You wanted to see the damage done in the intermission on the absorb from the, like, with the AoEs, right? You want to see the Stone Goliath damage below 20%. And then you also want to see the skirmisher damage, but only below 30%. And I don't know if the boss damage is included here. I don't think so. Yeah, because that was probably irrelevant for us, because we were phasing it at a specific time anyways. So then I changed this to a filter, and then you had I will show you the difference of, like, for like spotting good classes. Let's see it. Tac. Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is also a bit misleading, because we probably changed setup during this and stuff during progress, but you see the difference without. Hunters looks fucking amazing, and they are good, but then like warrior is bottom, like a warrior dog shit. Remove warrior, but then you see when you put it on filter, warrior is actually pumping, and DK is actually really pumping because they're doing some execute shenanigans, which you don't seem to like. You would guess like hunters are just way better, and then hunters are actually not that insane. There are, I mean, this also depends on DPS cooldown assignments, of course, and it's not like complete, like completely just reliable without any additional info. You know, you might assign some people to pump when it's really good and they might do more damage, and some others not. But you know that, right? When you look at it and it's not anonymized, and you know Gingy is assigned to do like big damage, gets the PI and all that good stuff. And you know, I don't know, back then, I don't know who played Hunter, but somebody's holding CDs for like the small ads that really die in 5 seconds, but somebody needs to hold damage. But you can draw like some really, really good conclusions about how good classes are. And you can see here, warriors were really good, and they were looking really bad. Druid, much better than it looks as well, right? It looks not that great, but actually, when you look at it, it's actually pretty good. And you can see, what are they good at? Well, they do really good skirmisher execute damage. I'm gonna guess, I don't know, because they're executing, because they're like maybe far away sometimes. I don't know actually why they do high skirmish damage. Maybe it lines up good with their CDs, because they were playing, I believe, Night Fae here. So I don't know why it is that good. I guess like multiple Starfalls or something. No idea. But looking at it, the others as well. And then you can see out of those, right, you can go to Goliath, and then you can see Goliath execute damage and stuff like that as well, which is a lot different. And you will see it, I'm sure, here from just Goliath damage without execute. Like you see the execute here, probably the biggest difference in warrior. And then when you look at it like this, and you see the warrior is way lower. Also the warlock, look at the warlock. He was bottom DPS. Warlock is garbage for Goliath. And then you see below 20% is actually really good, right? So stuff like this. And it all possible, guys, with the Warcraft Logs companion app. Much easier from the in-game stuff. You can use it as the overlay. I have not used it as a desktop thing, but you can also do that, and you can carry it to, oh, you guys don't see it now. You can carry it to a different window and use it like that as well. And like I said, in my experience, it runs a bit faster than the Chrome, but I'm not sure if that's true. Just how it felt, and that's it. This is, I don't believe this is made for like looking at rankings and stuff, like in the standard ranking page of like DPS and stuff, but more checking your guild, checking specific players, how they are. Like, and you can check their rankings as well, but not like the overall rankings. So that's it. Thank you for watching, guys. And if you wanna get the companion app, obviously you don't just go to Warcraft Logs and get it from there. You get it from the panel below, or if it's in the YouTube video, from the description. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. This was the sponsor segment a little bit, but also actually a good one. I think going into a raid prep, you should really look into using Warcraft Logs more and better. Actually, some more useful pins I forgot to say. I will show them here. I'll also paste, like, this is my SLG pin. You can check your own guild maybe if you forgot, or if you want to. Like, copy this in, but this is also for SLG progress. After I did get nerfed, and skirmishes start at like 20% now, so 30%. I think actually that's the only change. Yeah. You can also, another thing that we had a lot of giggles and also a lot of tears with was IQD. Okay, you might wonder, like, we're not gonna find anything here. We need to check the echo logs again, dude. Wait, hold up. We're gonna go to echo logs. We're gonna show you the juicy stuff. You all know, everybody must have like one guy in their team that flames their healers for getting mana from their IQD instead of getting the DPS buff. I'm sure you do. Yeah, and you can check that with this as well. You can put this filter expression. And now I don't remember exactly how I did this anymore, but you can see the actual buffs, right? And you can see, what is this, healing buffs? No, this is just, that's not healing buffs, it's just normal buffs. I believe it was on the resources and mana. Oh, you can see the HP, so you can see Gingerbro healed Ken. I mean, nothing wrong with that. You can't flame somebody for that. Somebody might lose HP sometimes. But let's anonymize it, no, just in case. And then you can also see like who stole your mana, right? You see the amount of times it actually gives mana. Oh, here on the kill as well. I don't know why it didn't show up before. Maybe I did something wrong before. You see player 12 and player 15 both giving mana to player 10. This is like a massive thing, by the way. This is like a big DPS loss, actually. Big mana for the healer. But this is also the stuff that you can do, like to analyze your logs. You lack some damage, like the classic DPS grind boss. I don't know, you're on Halondrus or something, or I don't know, some sort of boss where you're lacking the damage. And then you can see what did the IQD actually do. You can see some execute damage happening sometimes as well on, I didn't check that, but damage done by ability name probably. No, but if you fiddle around with it a bit, you can find out if you did execute damage. I don't know what this is, by the way. What the hell? But there was on Sylvanas a little mob spawning, right? The trash mobs, and you can find out who got hit, who executed mobs by mistake with that. And if you did the timing good, you wouldn't execute and you would get the buff. But sometimes you would execute mobs and just like random mobs that don't do anything and would just waste a massive trinket, right? It was like huge DPS loss, huge, massive DPS loss. Definitely don't want that and want to pay attention to that. And if you see a healer consistently soaking mana with IQD, you might be like, hey, bro, you gotta fix your mana, right? Like, you can't do this. You're inting the whole team. And also you can see, is this trinket even worth playing? Because you might be just wasting it all the time on mana, which is potentially not even important. And instead you could just equip another different trinket that is much better. Is that Velo? No, it's not Velo. We didn't have Velo on the kill, but it's fine, right? We're not blaming anyone, Canix, okay? You calm down. Canix, calm down, okay? This is a peaceful stream. This is a hashtag ad moment. Everybody, calm down. It was Ken. On one of them was Ken. It's guys. No, it was Ken when Jinji healed him. I don't know if it was Ken. No comment. My point is made, and that's it. Okay, that's it for the Warcraft vlog segment. Again, remember, thank you for Warcraft vlogs for sponsoring. Well, not Warcraft vlogs, but Overwolf and the desktop companion app. Thank you for sponsoring us. You can get it the panel below, from the panel below. That's the only way to download this. Literally, if you download for anywhere else, you will get really bad loot in the next expansion, and all the dragon whelplings in Azeroth will die.